U.S. intelligence agency, mind control.
Well,
hold on, what was that?
Boo.
I always skip their little factoids. 45% of transgender and non-binary young people reported they or their family have considered moving to a different state because of related politics and laws. 45%. Honestly, rookie numbers.
Did you watch
numbers.
that iDubbbz video, by the way?
I haven't. I was going to save it for Friday.
It's funny because like he starts doing, because they're like the percentage of people who are intersex is like, so his point was like, they're like, oh, it's such a minor number, why do we care? And he's like, literally more people are intersex than are named Megan with a Y or something. You know, he's like different names. He was pulling up saying that there's more people who are intersex than have this generic common name.
That's genuinely hysterical. Unfortunately, my room is not dark enough that the purple comes through. But I can like change color now as well.
Bisexual lighting meta?
Flesh colored? Gross.
It's called flesh.
No, it just looks flesh colored. Sure, that's purple. Purple, sure. Sure.
Purple.
Yay.
Yes.
Well, Sheikh Mohammed, welcome back to Washington.
Boo.
Yes. Our countries have a strategic partnership rooted in decades, literally decades.
Hey, did you know this guy is funding the RSF's genocide? Pretty cool.
And what did we do? We upgraded our fucking partnership, our strategic partnership with them.
Pretty awesome.
Instead of putting their feet on the fucking coals for this.
I just had someone come and basically apologize for RSF's genocide by blaming America. So that's pretty cool. And honestly, now, you know, they upgrade their partnership. They're funding the RSF is well known. Fair enough. Double facilitation of genocide charges for Biden.
Was this on Twitter?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck because Twitter's not a real place.
And I welcome the chance to open a new chapter.
That echoed for me.
Are
you full screen sharing?
I am full screen sharing.
Always looking at the future, always making big bets. And there's something our country
like funding the RSF and committing genocide.
In fact, it's a cornerstone of our growing cooperation in AI and clean energy and space and investing in infrastructure to connect regions. And for many years, our forces also stood shoulder to shoulder in the same most difficult places. Today, we honor that legacy and carry our relationship forward as UAE is going to become a major.
As in like the population percentage.
Major defense partner of the United States.
Was it 3 million? 3.4 million?
Oh,
or is it 30 million?
Speaking of which, potential new country is going to happen potentially.
Oh?
Mm-hmm.
Where?
Hang on.
Isn't Sudan the newest country? South Sudan?
Okay. Can you share my screen, please?
Yes.
Okay. So, the sovereign state of the Bakashi Order is a proposed European microstate and city-state, that would be enclaved entirely in Tirana, Albania, the current world headquarters of the Bektashi. If established, it would become smaller than Vatican City and become the nation with the smallest land area in the world.
Huh. Cool.
So, drafting legislation to create the new state within Albania began in September 2024. The legislation would need approval from the parliament and an amendment to the constitution, which would require a nationwide referendum. It's a Sufi order originating to the 13th century Ottoman Empire. Origins of the community point towards blah, 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 blah. Alvism as Janissaries became a dominant force. So.
Muslim Vatican. Yes, that's what it seems like. Yeah.
Well, it's Sufis. So it would be a Sufi Vatican.
Mm. Who are the Sufis? Saudi?
They're Muslim mystics.
Oh. Who's Sufi like a notable figure?
Mullah Omar.
No shit. Amazing.
Religious tolerance promote positive views of Islam in Albania. That's the thing, is Albania already has a lot of Muslims. Which is
They're
why
Muslims, please.
Which is, yes, it is actually Muslim because you're correct. No, it is Muslim there. Opposition.
Azeri, of course it is.
Release. Okay, of course. Yeah, Azeri Turkish. Some critics have cited economic concerns. Here, Albania turning into an Islamic country is concerned about planning the country. Critics have criticized the. So, I don't know. It seems pretty promising that it's going to happen, though, from what I've seen.
Well, like Albania is perfectly fine with allowing it.
Well, Albania is already super Muslim.
True. That's true.
States joining only one other country, India. We also will discuss our efforts to end the war in Gaza and a number of regional issues.
Why?
I've been briefed on the latest developments in Israel and Lebanon. My team is in constant contact with their counterparts, and we're working to...
The fact they're a lot... Oh, yeah, he's got a card on his knee. The fact that they're upgrading this to strategic partnership with the UAE at this point. What are we doing, bro?
I think they are doing this because of Gaza. They're trying to upgrade their relationship so they can have a better finger in the pie of the negotiations. Is my guess.
De-escalate in a way that allows people to return to their homes safely. Mr. President, I want you to know that I remain committed to the UAE security, and I look forward to discussions going to cover a lot of areas. So again, welcome.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Nice dress.
فخامة الرئيس، سعيد باللقاء بكم مرة أخرى وأشكركم على حفاوة الاستقبال.
Your Excellency, Mr. President, I am pleased to meet with you once again, and I would like to thank you for the warm reception.
وأتطلع إلى مباحثات مستمرة معكم تعزز العلاقات الاستراتيجية الممتدة بين بلدينا.
And I look forward to continuously discussing our relationship between the two nations.
وأؤكد أن دولة الإمارات لديها الالتزام الراسخ بالعمل مع الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية من أجل تعميق الشراكة الاستراتيجية بين البلدين.
And I would like to reaffirm that the United Arab Emirates has a firm and unwavering commitment to work with the United States of America for the sake of deepening the strategic partnership between our two nations.
مرة أخرى سيدي.
Yes. And this is what I was saying before, is that someone was like, oh, the US is backing the UAE, which is funding genocide. I'm like, yeah, sure. You're still negating the role of the United Arab Emirates and the RSF in the genocide. Like, sure, we can talk about who is giving them money, but I looked up the aid to the UAE. It's like $270,000.
It's nothing.
Like, so realistically, how is the US funding the RSF? or is it just Emirati money? And the US is just a partner.
The US
you know
has
what I mean?
nothing
Like
to do with the US has nothing to do with the conflict.
No, I know, and this is my point of like bringing this up is like this is going to become a more common narrative, and we're going to have to be careful of it.
Yeah. No, that is the US's position on Lebanon.
Yeah,
because weakening Hezbollah is in the US's interest, because the US is still pissed about the Marine attack from like 30 years ago, 40 years ago.
Yeah.
50, 60, 50 years ago, I think, even actually.
From Lebanon.
I don't know. Yeah.
Once again, Your Excellency, Mr. President, I am pleased to meet you.
Maybe America should consider teaching anti-Lebanese education within schools, resulting in stabbings of Lebanese children.
Dude, that was so wild when the bots from foreign governments were fighting in our chat.
I couldn't believe it.
You, and I would like to extend to you and the American people the best of wishes.
Thank you.
I just disagree. If you were to cut America off, the RSF would still get funded and genocide would still happen. If
America stopped existing, the war in Sudan would continue. So would the war in the Congo. So would the war in Israel.
Ukraine and Israel.
That said, we should still stop giving Israel weapons, even though the war would continue with or without our support.
This is just more pointing at the fact that we do live in a multipolar world. America hasn't really been the top for a minute now. And the conflicts on the edge of their influence shows this, that they are losing influence. Whether it stays this way is to be seen.
Thank you, everyone. Appreciate it.
Yeah. I swear to God, if they didn't press him at least behind closed doors or something.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to say. I think the Iron Dome would be fine for a little bit. I'm sure that they have plenty of stockpile. Weapons maintenance is what would get them. Upkeep. Apparently they're running out of bombs, so apparently the bombs, I guess, are actually shipped to Israel and then dropped on Gazan children, so that's cool. Ultimately, they would still try. They would still try. They would continue trying. That's for sure.
Still might collapse on the current course.
God, we can only hope.
Stand up.
Yeah, I think it's their most used ones. I think they still have a ton of big ones, but it's like the more common ones. Yeah, it's so shit. Even Magnum Research had to take the Desert Eagle from Israel.
Remember? Dude, oh, by the way, did we post the third documentary watch?
Let me check Rumble. I'm pretty sure I posted it.
It's on the drive, so.
Yeah, let me check Rumble.
But remember in that one of the first ones we watched where I said there's video in this, I could only describe it as a meat curtain.
Yes.
You remember that? And it was just like, have you seen the really, really gory meat curtain out of Lebanon right now?
No, I have not. No.
Let me find it for you. I'll send it to you.
content. Ugh. Buried in the sand?
Yeah. No, that was the
band stream. No, there's only 2. I have to upload it.
Okay.
Is this just him coming out? I'm pretty sure the Marine was here trying to open the door. Yep. Not open. Open the door.
Because it was still locked.
Yeah. So I didn't know Mercedes still made Maybach.
Okay.
You gotta love when $1 million cars are used to just ferry assholes around. Pretty cool.
Here you go. Sent you the meat curtain.
Oh. Damn. Israel is really pissing a lot of people off.
Yeah, and if
I
you
would
try
not
to
be
say
surprised.
anything, it's anti-Semitism.
I would not be surprised if Iran does some kind of coordinated full-scale attack on Israel.
I think that's what Israel wants.
I think you're right, yeah.
They're speedrunning global war on terror. Understatement of the century.
Mr. President, sir, Israeli attacks on Lebanon justified? Sir, can you get a ceasefire done in the Middle East before your term is up?
أتطلع إلى مباحثات مستمرة معكم تعزز العلاقات.
Today, we honor that legacy and carry our relationship forward.
Yeah, right.
And cooperation in artificial intelligence. How about stopping a genocide or 2? You know, you really like to harp on how you stopped the Bosnian one. Do it again.
UAE is going to become UAE is a nation of trailblazers, always looking to the future, always making big bets. And there's something our countries have in common and our people have in common. In fact, it's a cornerstone of our growing cooperation in AI and clean energy and space and investing in infrastructure to connect regions.
وأؤكد أن دولة الإمارات لديها الالتزام الراسخ بالعمل مع الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية من أجل التعامل.
Yeah. Poorly trained and disciplined for sure. I think they had moral problems, like morale problems, within months. I think they've been having morale problems because of a lack of ammunition.
عميق الشراكة الاستراتيجية بين البلدين.
Are you aware of a CIA psychological profile about you, sir? Would you be interested in hearing what the CIA had to say? This secret study portrays as a brilliant but dangerous megalomaniac who is likely to pursue his own aims in disregard of U.S. interests. It's an uncertain ally. Shall I go on, or would you prefer that I stop, sir?